it is time to get up with a pair of Sunday night statements. The Eagles hurt so good, while Aaron might be hurt so bad his season could be over. Meanwhile, Tampa Tom, terrible. The Bucks breakdown versus the Browns. Was it the final straw for the greatest the game has ever seen? And then a Trevor takedown. Lamar going at it on Twitter. What the actual heck is going on here? We got a lot to cover, and we'll do it all as we get up with you on this Monday starting right now. Delighted that you were there. Hope you enjoyed the football weekend. Hope the Thanksgiving all went.
What up, RC? You might have confused a lot of people. There's a lot of people at home who really don't get it.
Dominique Foxworth is in for Rex today. RC is in D.C., where he was there for the honoring of Sean Taylor yesterday. Danny is here, and we start with a Sunday night statement. Last night, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles hosting Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. How many last chances could Green Bay possibly have? First quarter, they're down 7-0. And Dan, this is not the idea Aaron Rodgers had early.
So the defensive line pressure forces the quarterback to move. He tries to be aggressive with the football downfield. Credit Darius Slay, stays with his guy. Ball pops him there, early turnover.
Tip, pick, Eagles get it back. Miles Sanders, 15-yard touchdown. Eagles in control.
Really ran this play like 8 times last night. You pull the backside tackle in Lane Johnson. He leads the way. Really good vision by Miles Sanders. Early turnover, 2 touchdowns.
Extra point no good, so it's 13-0. Packers get a touchdown, 13-7. Here's another.
Vintage, right? Great shot. You get man coverage back of the end zone, pins it right on his chest.
14-13 Green Bay. Now here come the Eagles. Dominique, Jalen Hurts ran for 103 yards in the first quarter.
These were scrambles like they didn't know he was an athlete, and it kept happening. It was like, did you guys know he could actually run?
Yeah, can we play man coverage more?
2 plays later, Danny, power football Eagles back in front.
This Eagles offensive line continued to dominate the line of scrimmage no matter where the ball was snapped.
So next Eagles possession as they're trying to take control of the game. A.J. Walker, but the ball's coming out.
A.J. Brown, ball pops out, a little bit loose with the football here, Green. You saw it last week against Indy. They credit Green Bay's defense. They rip it out, and then there's a convoy between Quay Walker and Jair Alexander. Early, really good field position for the Green Bay offense.
My bad. It was A.J. Brown. Quay Walker's the scoop. As you mentioned, Eagles 13-yard line ensuing Packer drive. Rodgers ensuing. Look at the pressure. Yeah. Look at the throw.
Vintage again. He scrambles out to his right, and then Aaron Jones does a great job going back to his left, throws it right on his face.
Another missed extra point, so we're tied at 20, but not for long. Hurts, Watkins, touchdown.
I just love the trajectory and the pace of the ball. Corner stays on top, takes a little bit off to allow Watkins to adjust to the football. Big-time touchdown.
Early third quarter, this is where they start adding injury to insult on a 3rd and long. Rodgers, Dominique, there's a team meeting at the quarterback.
Oh, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is not built for that because no human is built for taking hits like this over and over again. They fought, but this was ugly.
Yeah, Rodgers, you see him getting mobbed. He's getting looked at on the sideline now. Watch here as he throws this 11-yard completion to Christian Watson. Dan, he's down and he's not getting back up.
In that situation, that's when you sit there and go, something's not right. You know, you don't feel right. He's bent over and obviously jogs into the locker room, his body's telling him something's not accurate.
It's a rib. You'll hear from him on the injury coming up. Meanwhile, all you need is love. First Packers drive of the 4th quarter. How about Watson in a long play?
So you're telling me under center play action pass works? No, who would have thought? Really good job of putting the ball out front for Christian Watson. And then you see why they drafted him in the 2nd round, the big body speed.
63 yards. It's a 1-score game. Packers get it back down 10, 3rd down. Love looking for something, not going to be there. They wind up kicking a field goal, and they never get it back. Eagles hold on to win 40-33. Aaron, how about the injury?
That's ribs. And it was in the first half and then got kind of re-aggravated in the 3rd quarter. Just having a hard time breathing and rotating my upper body. So I was worried about a punctured lung as well. So I want to get that checked out.
Let's say you don't win next week with all the injuries. Is there a reason to finish the season out? Or is it time to will it be time to heal up and take care of stuff?
Yeah, I don't really want to take my mind there, but as long as we're mathematically alive, I'd like to be out there.
He'd like to be out there. Ryan Clark, should Aaron Rodgers play again the rest of this season?
Hell no. Aaron Rodgers, sit it down. You're done for the season. Go wear those long little sweater things, man. Slick your hair back, drink your scotch. You've earned it. Like, you got beat up this year. And actually, you aren't playing very well. And if I'm the Green Bay Packers, I do want to see what I have in Jordan Love. I do want to give him an opportunity to show not only the organization, but his teammates that he can be a guy that can lead this team from the quarterback position. And on the other end of it, we all know that Aaron Rodgers double dutches with retirement every single offseason. Give him a chance to sit down and see if he truly likes sitting at home while the Green Bay Packers are playing. You're not going to go to the playoffs. If you got to the playoffs, you're not going to win any games. And part of the reason that you're not going to the playoffs and aren't playing well is because of your aging, ailing quarterback. Sit Aaron Rodgers the rest of the season. I know somebody may disagree, but even Dan has been begging for Matthew Stafford to sit down. The Green Bay Packers ain't much better. Neither is their quarterback. So allow Aaron Rodgers to watch, allow Drew Love to get an opportunity to play, and then move on from there.
So you said, the first thing you said to me this morning was the Packers are in a terrible situation. Why?
Worst case scenario for the now and the future. Because the reality is this, to RC's point, they're out of the playoffs. Okay, so now you have to make a decision. Is Aaron Rodgers so beat up and playing poorly because he can't play anymore, or because of all the injuries that have impacted his season? I don't know that answer. Only Green Bay does. But then the also flip side is they've got a quarterback in Jordan Love that they drafted in the first round. He's in his third season. They know absolutely nothing about him. So do you want to go into the fourth season of that rookie year contract with Jordan Love, not knowing any clue about can he play or not? The expectations are still going to be high going into next season for Green Bay. They are still Green Bay. And the reality is this, if they decide to sit Aaron Rodgers, do they then determine that he can't play anymore? That they're going to try maybe to move on from him? Because you can guess wrong, and all of a sudden you can realize, oh, he played poorly because of all those injuries. And let's say that they decide to continue to play Aaron Rodgers and don't play Jordan Love. Well, what happens if Aaron is done? What happens if he can't play anymore to the high level that you expect?
It's not that bad a situation. So, yes, he double dutches with retirement. This time he jumped and he got whipped real hard with the rope, and it hurt real bad, and he's out for much of the season. Or he should be out for the rest of the season. That's fine. But arguing that they're in a terrible position going forward, this team is heart, and they fight, and Aaron Rodgers is injured. He's back-to-back MVP. He's not done. Maybe he's not
I agree.
MVP. Yeah, so this is not a bad situation. I can look around the league and point out some real bad situations. What they have there is a really talented roster that is underachieved. But what I saw from them last night is what I've been seeing from them week in and week out. They're getting whooped, but they're fighting. They go down by a couple of touchdowns and they push back. This team is not done for next season. They're done for this season, but not next season.
RC, go.
Don't you do that. Don't you do that, Dom. Because you know the other team we talk about like that? We're like, hey, they be getting whipped. But boy, they fight. The Detroit Lions. So right now, what we're saying is the Green Bay Packers are the Detroit Lions. And it's okay to be the Detroit Lions when you once only won 0 games out of 16. It's not okay to be the Detroit Lions when you have a 2-time reigning MVP and you're in title town. So let's not say it's a great situation. What it is a team that's underachieved. It's no reason to say that they will achieve at the level that they're supposed to next year. I do think it's a bad situation. It's not necessarily dire, but what I do believe is not playing Aaron Rodgers going forward is the thing to do, because you need to know what you have in Jordan Love. You need to see if the team can play better with him. And if Aaron Rodgers is ailing, that's the issue. The only thing I say is this. What's going to give you pause is 2019 Tom Brady, and then Aaron Rodgers only throwing 24 touchdowns and 4 interceptions when he said, you know what? My off year is a great year for other people. So you're going to be scared to move on from him, but this year I think he's done.
You can't move on for him.